What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Season Gaming Bitcast, episode 64 this week. You've got Dan, Bert, and myself. We're going to be covering the Nintendo Switch Lite, likely the biggest news of the week, along with this controversy about no smoking in Gears 5, which is ridiculous, but we'll talk about it anyway. Call of Duty Modern Warfare finally showing off some multiplayer. We've got a Mortal Kombat movie and a Cuphead Netflix show. So a lot of cool things to talk about this week. Dan's going to give us a quick review of Blood and Truth, the PS VR game. And then we're going to do Name That Game, of course. So let's kick it off with the Nintendo Switch Lite. Easily the biggest news of the week. And just to run down the details, even though I'm sure people listening to this podcast, probably know this, but it's coming out September 20th. It will retail for $199, and it will not connect to a TV. Does not have HDMI out, USB-C. It also does not have detachable Joy-Cons, nor does it have the IR sensors or rumble from the Joy-Cons. It's a slightly smaller unit. The screen is 5.5 inches instead of 6.2 inches, but it is still 720p. So just pretty much the same screen, but a little smaller. Because it's smaller, it also does not work with the Labo kits. And lastly, which could be a deal breaker.
Yeah, that's really the biggest thing.
And lastly, the battery is said to last approximately 30% longer, even though it's the same hardware. And this is likely because it doesn't have rumble or anything else going on from the core Switch and a smaller screen. So, as Bert, I think you kind of nailed it. We've been speculating about this for months now, and I think you nailed it a while ago on a Bitcast somewhere, but I recall you saying that, what'll come out will probably just be along the lines of replacing the DS and being a purely handheld system. I can't speak today. Handheld system. And so that seems to be exactly what it is. Now, Nintendo, of course, came out and said this doesn't replace the 3DS, but come on, let's be frank here. This is the new portable system from Nintendo, without a doubt.
Yeah, it's a really strange thing because if you think about who are they targeting here as a buyer? Are you the buyer that may be buying this? And it's, if you already have a Nintendo Switch, what is the point of getting the new one? If you don't have a Nintendo Switch, you have to really think, do I care about playing any of those games that have motion, that may be Labo available, that you may want to use with your Pro Controller on the TV? Or are you more of a handheld gamer that is coming from that 2DS, 3DS? So it's really strange because we're all big hardware guys here. We probably are going to get one eventually if that's the case. But in all honesty, I may be holding off on this one because I don't really play my Switch portably. And I know a lot of people do. And I know some, I think you did, Ains, if I'm not mistaken, a poll of do you play your Switch on the dock or do you play it on the go? And I think the majority of those people are playing it on the go. So I'm unlike most people, and I will probably not get it because I play my Switch only when I travel on the go. If I'm going somewhere locally, I never take it with me. Dan, I know you mentioned that sometimes when you go see family, you take your Switch. What are you thinking here? For me, it's a pass for right now. Knowing me, I'll still probably get one. Damn it.
Yeah. Well, we all are. I mean,
dude, I want the Pokemon one.
Right.
Which I did mention, by the way. There is a Pokemon Sword and Shield Special Edition one coming. I want it. I don't even want the Switch, and I don't even play Pokemon.
Yeah. I don't understand.
I don't understand.
Yep. I want the yellow one. I don't even like yellow. Not even a fan of yellow.
I want the gray one.
Well, see, there you go.
Oh, there you go. We've just bought 3 new ones. Oh, God.
Oh. Anyway, yeah. So the reason I would enjoy something like this is because this is kind of my gaming style. I'll sit there and I'll play either Xbox, PlayStation, even the Switch sometimes. When it gets a little bit later at night, I want to kind of wind down, but I also still want to keep playing. So I'll grab my Switch, go sit in my bed for a little while, and, take an Ambien, and then see what happens. So it's the perfect little console for me.
Sometimes you feel like you're in the game.
Right. Do I need that extra 30% to get through it? Depends on how hard the Ambien hits me. However, I do like my biggest problem with the Switch in portable mode has always been those Joy-Cons being a little bit flexible and a little bit
loose.
You
can feel it.
Yeah, you can really feel it. I don't like that one bit. So this should solve that issue. I really wish they would have just upped the hardware a little bit and made it the same price as far as like the screen goes. I'm not a big fan of keeping it at 720p, but whatever.
And I wanted a bigger screen. They went smaller.
Right, yeah. I mean, okay, the same size,
Or at least the same size, yeah.
Right, yeah. I mean, it's going to sell like crazy. They've won if there was such a thing as winning Christmas, they've got it in the bag.
It's already over.
They're going to sell
Yeah.
so many of these this fall and this winter. They know what they're doing, man. And I always say that we're kind of like that 1% of gamers, that are really hardcore and into the hardware and stuff like that. And this is for everybody else, and they're gonna buy the crap out of it.
Yep.
I mean, the Labo kits. I mean, I don't know if people are really gonna care about that so much. But they sell crazy too. I don't know why. They sold out last time.
The people who care about the Labo that much will already have a normal Switch.
Right.
So.
Yep. No, don't worry about it. So I'm gonna have 3 Switches in my house once it releases. I'm probably leaning towards yellow. Let's just get it out there. You're not even try to beat around the bush. We're all probably gonna buy one on launch day.
Well, Ains went with the neon
thanks,
colored
Nintendo.
one, and I went
Again.
with the grays.
The original, yeah.
Yeah.
I have the blue and red one.
I got the.
I actually like the colors. I don't know.
So I got the red one. I got the red one, the Mario edition.
Oh, the Mario one. Yeah, that one was cool.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah,
So
really, just
really quick. Go ahead.
Sorry,
Ains.
Bert. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, with this price drop being $100 less, and with the Switch already being out, 2 years or wherever we are in the time cycle, is it now time to question: is the Switch too expensive? Is $299 too expensive
Yes.
at this point in the gen? You can technically get a PlayStation 4 Pro on sale, even on eBay with no tax, shipped to your door for around $299. You can get a One X for $100 more all the time, no tax, shipped to your door. So for me, I think we need to see a price drop pretty soon on the standard Switch, even more that there's this new hardware on the block, and they're going to be trying to sell that even more than the original Switches. So I think we should see it at $250 now, if not $275, even though that's a weird price point. And I do still think that there is a better, stronger Switch coming out within the next maybe 12 months or so. I did hear that Nintendo has said that there is no new hardware coming out after the Lite in 2019. So that maybe means in 2020, maybe to match the PS5 and the Xbox Scarlet, we'll probably see a Pro version of the Switch. They're going to have to, because if not, they're almost 2 generations behind at that point.
Yeah, and they said, so 2 things on that point. I think you're exactly right, because they also were quoted as saying that the Switch is going to be a family of devices.
Yep.
So with the Switch Lite coming this year and kind of taking over that handheld crown, that sets them up nicely to say, okay, the Switch and the Lite are your handheld options, right? And then to come out with a Pro that's more of your more tech advanced. It's not really going to be probably super advanced, but a more powerful Switch that we kind of want to see. So I do agree on the price drop. I think we'll probably see $249 sooner rather than later. And then we'll start doing like they did with the 2DS and 3DS, is probably start bundling games in with the Switch Lite. I mean, how many bundles were there for the DSs? There was endless.
There's
So
too many.
yeah, I agree on all those points. And I was just going to say, to further prove that Nintendo knows what they're doing, no matter what anyone says, their shares hit a 9-month high directly after this reveal. So this holiday, as Dan said, is just going to be lights out. I mean, between the Switch itself, the Switch Lite, Pokemon Special Edition, Pokemon launching, Zelda Link's Awakening coming, and Luigi's Mansion all in 3 months.
Jeez.
Yeah, they're going to crush it.
We're just over there smoking cigars and rolling in the money.
And hiring security so you can't take pictures of them at E3.
Exactly.
That's right.
I love you, Nintendo. Oh, jeez.
Weird company, man. All right. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on. Speaking of cigars, there will not be any smoking in Gears 5. I don't even know why we're talking about it. We're talking about this more from a comedy perspective, I think. So this was reported on last night, right? As we're recording.
Yes.
Basically, that it came out that there's not going to be any smoking in Gears 5 represented, meaning no character smoking cigars, cigarettes, what have you. And this is apparently newsworthy. And Rod Ferguson came out and clarified that there was also no smoking in Gears 4, and if he had his way, there would have been no smoking in the series at all. And I guess he has some personal beliefs around that, because apparently he actually, not to joke about this, but he said on Twitter that his father died when he was 4 from lung cancer because he was a heavy smoker. And so, regardless of what you think about this, how this actually affects Gears, it doesn't at all. No one in reality cares about this. The game will still be amazing. I don't know if you guys want to just make a quip about this or not.
Yeah, so I started smoking yesterday, and just to protest this thing. No, I mean this started a week ago with Stranger Things 3.
Oh,
Right?
I didn't realize that.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
there's a whole
a week
Netflix
ago,
thing,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, the whole thing that they said something about, in season 4, if there is a season, or Netflix, we're gonna have less smoking in our original content, or it doesn't matter one way or the other. I mean, you can sit there and argue about it. Is it bad for you? Of course it is bad for you. Does it matter if you see somebody from the 1980s smoking a cigarette? No, because if you don't smoke, then you don't smoke. If you smoke, you smoke. I don't care. I don't remember being a cigarette in Gears. I think somebody said it was like a DLC or something like that.
Oh,
or a cigar or something.
It was a cigar back in the original trilogy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I respect what Rod Ferguson's doing. Great. I mean, I feel terrible for that. But this has basically become another piece of ammunition for the console wars. I'm getting sick and tired of it. Just, who cares? Who cares? Why are we talking about this?
I don't know.
This is all my fault. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and initially I was going to just say I don't really have much to say about it. But yeah, to Dan's point, it came out on Netflix. Netflix has now made a public statement, even outside of Stranger Things, saying that unless it is a period type moment or movie or show, they're not going to have any smoking in their shows whatsoever. So it's not just Stranger Things. I get it. There's a lot of kids that watch those shows, that watch the content, that may play Gears and things like that. But it doesn't really... I think it's kind of crazy that they're taking it this far and that it's made this much news. So good. Less smoking around. I personally hate being around smoking, even if it's secondhand at a restaurant and you're walking on a block or something. But geez, man, let's worry about other things. Are we that bored in society and gaming these days that this is now a top story? Or maybe there just is no news, as you'll find out even in our Bitcast. There's not that much news going on,
that's
so
what
maybe
it is,
that's
and controversy creates clicks.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look on some of the aggregate sites, which I did earlier today, this is one of the top topics. People are clicking on it. We didn't report on it because we're not... I could go on a rant here, but we don't give a shit about stupid stuff like this. But
well, in other news, Hideo Kojima added smoking to Mads Mikkelsen's character after he saw Mads Mikkelsen smoking.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's the most excitement we've seen out of Death Stranding.
Yeah. More news on Death Stranding. Thank you, Kojima.
Oh, man.
All right.
That's craziness.
So let's talk about the good thing about Gears here. We mentioned it last week.
Oh, yeah.
The tech test is coming actually next week as you listen to this. So it starts on July 19th. If you are a Game Pass subscriber or Xbox Insider, you are already in. You don't have to do anything other than download it. It'll be up for download on July 17th. It's going to be about 15 gigs. And there'll be 2 periods. Next weekend, the 19th to the 22nd. And the following weekend, the 26th to the 29th, is when the tech test will be open. And as we discussed, it's going to have 3 modes: Arcade, Escalation, and King of the Hill. If you want to know the specific times, links, details, find it all on the site. So really, really looking forward to this. It's kind of hard as a Gears fan like me. It's hard to believe I'm actually going to be playing Gears 5 multiplayer next weekend. Super excited about that.
Yep.
Bring it on. I'll speak for Dan.
It's one of those things. Yeah, that's it, man.
Play the arcade mode. Try the arcade mode.
This will be the first time, hopefully, if I can play with you guys, the first time that I actually get to play with people that I know. So most of the time, this is probably why I don't play a lot of Gears multiplayer, because I could never find anybody to play with. And I sucked at it. But it was actually the horde mode I played and stuff, in the past games, they were really fun, and they definitely is, like you said last week, a steep learning curve, but, I can see myself getting into it. I definitely want to try it out, especially, being a free test. It's just like a, more of a server test or like a stress test? Okay,
stress test,
Yeah, bring it on. There you go.
Yeah, I personally can't wait for it. I'll simply tell you, Dan, Gears is an up and down battle. One game, you'll have the most amazing game of your life. You'll be raging on how happy you are, and there'll be blood all over your screen and coming out of your nose and shit. It's gonna be crazy. And then the next match, you just get destroyed, and then you want to throw and break your controller, and it's just like, what the hell?
Yeah.
So
that'll be every match for me probably, but we'll see.
Just like Plants vs Zombies.
That highly competitively tuned PVZ too.
Oh, man.
All right, speaking of multiplayer, got another debut here, and that's Modern Warfare. They showed off this new mood. Can't speak,
That's
man.
the best.
Can't speak
What
today.
is going on?
I don't know.
Can you taste
own
lead?
mood. Really.
Oh boy, I have been for hours. Why is that bad? They showed off a new mode titled Gunfight yesterday, actually, with some well-known streamers. Funny enough, Legion was one of them,
Yeah,
who's
from
a Kansas
Kansas
City
City.
streamer who I've actually met and talked to at a Kansas City gaming thing. So,
Country Greg, Betty.
Bert will get to meet him when he comes up.
Yep.
But anyway, they showed off this new 2-on-2 mode, and it is basically like a duos mode, ultra competitive on tiny maps, and it's round based. So if you think about this, it almost reminded me when I was reading about it, like Breakout from Halo 5, except
yeah.
for 2-on-2. And it's the first duo to win 6 rounds. It's single life. And if you get like 40 to 40 seconds or to a minute or something per round, and if it goes to overtime, it's whoever kills the other 2 first or captures a flag. A flag will appear, and then you have to go for the flag and get it or kill the other team. So sounds really interesting. The only thing that concerns me are that kill times in Call of Duty are really fast. So I don't know if this is going to be a thing where it's just people hiding on corners over and over again. But, according to Infinity Ward, this has been a big hit around the office. So I guess we'll see. I'm interested to try it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see as much new Modern Warfare stuff as possible. I think, Ains, you've even said it yourself. You're a little more excited for this one than you have been in the past. Breakpoint was one of my favorite new modes of Halo 5 when it first came out, if not my favorite new multiplayer. So hopefully this is good. Hopefully there's some tuning. I can't wait to get my hands on it and trying out the duos type stuff, so you don't have to have a massive crew all the time or rely on other people. So
Yeah, and there's a lot of times just you and I are playing Call of Duty, so this could actually be good.
Yep. Hopefully it's good. Looking forward to the new Call of Duty in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm more looking forward to the single player. But it looks cool. And Call of Duty has been my most probably played multiplayer game, if I was going back of all time.
Yeah.
So it's in Modern Warfare specifically. So I'm interested to see what they can do. I'll definitely give it a try. It sounds. I didn't see how big the maps were.
They're
We're
small.
talking about like shipment maps.
No, they're custom made just for this mode, and they're the smallest ever made in a Call of Duty. So even smaller.
Like shipment? Smaller than shipment?
They didn't say shipment, but they said smaller than
That's the
multiplayer.
smallest map I've ever played. It's my favorite map.
Yeah,
But remember, it's
shipment's a
2-on-2.
little square.
Yeah. Just run around with a shotgun and just blast people in
So.
the face. It's so much fun. Yeah. I'll definitely give it a try. I'm definitely going to be somebody's handicap. So.
It'd be interesting to see how they handle the ranking system and what they're going to do with this. We will know more on August 1st. So August 1st is when they're going to show the full multiplayer suite of Modern Warfare,
Nice.
which I'm really looking forward to. As Bert said, this is something that I think this is the Call of Duty I'm going to like more than any in probably a large number of years. So I'm pretty excited for it. All right, Cuphead, a little game that I've been known to like a little bit. They have a show, speaking of Netflix, coming to Netflix. So this is a big surprise. I don't think anyone really saw this coming, and it didn't leak or anything. They just announced it in the middle of the week. And no date or timeline here, but it is from Studio MDHR. Jared Moldenhauer actually commented a couple days after the announcement that they're going to stay as far away from computer-assisted animation as possible with the show, and there's still a lot to work out. But regardless, this is really, really cool. If you think about Cuphead and the environments, the animation, the characters, the humor, the possibilities for just a funny, lighthearted, animated cartoon are fantastic, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know how it's going to play out. We know how long it took them to actually make Cuphead, with all that
Right.
hand-drawn animation and stuff. This could be, there's no release date or anything like that. So I don't know, you get like season 1 and then like season 2, like 3 years later maybe, But I'm kind of curious to see how they do it. Are they gonna, do it kind of like the old school 30s cartoons? Will they have like the writing, kind of pop up?
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me.
I think it'd be really cool, But I like to see where they go with it. Hey, I got Netflix. just like a billion other people. Always looking for stuff to watch.
Well, the timing, sorry, Bert, but the timing on, to your point, is interesting because like 3 weeks ago, out of nowhere, one of the lead Disney animators, hand-drawn animators, posted on Twitter saying, "I'm happy to be starting work on Cuphead," and everyone was like, "Whoa, like this is big news." I forget the guy's name. You can find it on our site, I believe, but maybe that's tied to this, and they're getting people who have done actually animated shows before to work on it. So
cool, man.
Yeah, as if Cuphead needed to be in more places.
Hey,
I mean, I think any time you go to even not a game store, Best Buy, Target, there's Cuphead pops everywhere. So the funny thing for me on this
otherwise
whole
known
thing,
as my basement.
Yeah,
that's right, Cuphead everywhere. The funny thing for me is like Cuphead is not the most approachable game. Your average casual gamer will struggle to get past the tutorial that takes you into the first world. However, it's really such a beautiful game, and the way it's drawn and the way the game transitions, that it'll be cool to see the people that can't get into the game get into maybe the show, and the show may bring more people to the game and try it out, and even if they don't get it, they can still enjoy the show. So I want to see what the stories are, what kind of spin-offs that they might do from the simple story that is Cuphead. But I'm just as excited as you guys are. I mean, it's going to be cool. It's on Netflix, so it's a no-brainer for me. Good for them.
Sweet. So we've got an interesting announcement that kind of popped up here is that Bard's Tale 4, so this is from In Exile Entertainment, which is part of the new Xbox Game Studios family, and this released on PC previously. But it is coming to PS4 and Xbox on August 27th, and then on Xbox, because they're now part of Xbox Game Studios, it's coming to Game Pass on day one. So this received kind of mid-level reviews so far, and it looks to be, if you like Bard's Tale, if you like those RPG-style games, then this is a pretty cool addition that's coming just a little over a month from now.
Yeah, really short and sweet for me. I've never played them before. I like games that I can play on Games Pass and give them a try, so I will be trying this one out. Hopefully it's good.
Yeah, I'm pretty much the same way. I want to see, I love Game Pass. It just keeps getting it.
It's
the best.
I was explaining to a buddy last night that had it like last year for a couple months and doesn't have it now, and I'm like, dude, there's no better deal in gaming.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
I had to convince one of my friends to jump on that $1 deal. Like, it took him almost a week. I don't even know if he might not have done it. Like, we were all sitting around. I was like, listen, dude.
Does he start with a G?
No.
Okay.
No. He did it.
Okay, good.
But no, this is my other friend, Bob. I'll just say his name. I sat there and tried to convince him. I said, this is the best. Like, go get you a $40 1-year live subscription, add it, hit that dollar. You've got Game Pass for at least 2 years now. You're good to go. Yeah, but then, I got to worry about the resubscription fee. So you can literally turn it off right after you sign up for it. Anyway, it was a fantastic conversation. Don't know if he ever jumped on that deal. I think it's still there. So, Bob, if you're watching, which you're probably not, spend the damn dollar, dude. All right.
The dollar deal's done. It's gone.
It's gone now?
It's gone. But there's still deals to be had. In fact, I posted one the other day that Best Buy was doing 3 months for new subscribers of Ultimate for $15, which, again, is hard.
Yeah. It's a hell of a deal. Don't be an idiot.
All right. Last piece of news here is related to the Mortal Kombat movie. So some good, I would consider good news here, is that the next Mortal Kombat movie they've confirmed is going to be R-rated. And it will, for the first time on the Mortal Kombat kind of movies and the YouTube series, it'll have full fatalities as well. So I don't know how that's going to play out, but I guess we'll see. And then a confirmed actor, I'm going to mess up this name, you guys can correct me. Is it Joe Taslim?
Sure. That's what it looks like to me.
That's correct.
Joe Taslim from Fast and Furious 6. He is confirmed to be playing Sub-Zero, so one of my favorite characters. So cool news here. Obviously excited for a new Mortal Kombat movie. Love the franchise. Love the original movie, as kind of corny as it is nowadays, but pretty cool. It's going to be rated R. Anytime you see something like that, especially in the movie space, you get worried they're going to go PG-13. Luckily not.
Yeah, man. I'm ready for some fatalities.
Yeah, they better have the announcer.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, what's the point of doing otherwise? I mean, yeah, man. I'm ready for a new Mortal Kombat movie. It's been too long, and the second one was terrible. Annihilation? Was that what that was?
Yeah, it was.
Gosh,
The
that
YouTube
was so
series
good.
was good, though.
See, I never watched it. I should go back and watch it.
Yeah, you should. They're done real well.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm very excited about Joe Taslim. For people that don't know who he is outside of Fast and Furious, if you've ever seen the movie The Raid, which is just an amazing movie from start to finish, it's an Asian film. He's one of the main characters in that movie, and he's just amazing at martial arts, so he's going to be good. Even though Sub-Zero's face is covered most of the time, maybe they'll do an origin story of his clan and what happens to him so he won't be masked, but just the fact that they have someone as good as him in martial arts doing Sub-Zero moves, that means Scorpion's got to be just as good, and hopefully like Liu Kang and Johnny Cage and all them have similar martial arts skills, so it's not corny like Annihilation was horrible, and the main thing about the Mortal Kombat movie is I hope it's gritty like that YouTube series that came out and it's gory like you said. I want to see that, and I want to see that grittiness to this movie so bad. So please bring it on. Bring it on.
Agreed. And just gonna put this out there, but Nightwolf. All right. So
that's what we need.
Actually, it's funny you mentioned the face, Bert, because I know you guys haven't really played it, but one of the most sought after things in Mortal Kombat 11 is you can customize the masks and the outfits and everything. Well, each character has a mask that is it's basically an empty. So your mask slot can be empty and it shows the full face.
Oh.
And they're like rare to get. And this week they had a tower where you could get Sub-Zeros for the first time without his mask, and I completely forgot to play it. Damn it.
Geez.
Son of a.
But yeah, those are really sought after in MK11, which is pretty cool. All right.
And so for people that don't know the Mortal Kombat story in general, the Sub-Zero that appeared in Part 3 is actually not the original Sub-Zero. So that's, I believe,
without
his brother.
He was without the mask in that one, right?
That's correct. He's got a scar on the right side of his face.
Mortal Kombat 3?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So... We've never really seen the real Sub-Zero's face outside of... Well, I'm not going to get into the lore. But
the lore of Mortal Kombat is a rabbit hole that we don't have time for.
Nope.
Nor could we probably even speak to accurately. But anyway. All right, let's move on to what we're currently playing. So, Dan, we'll start with you. What you been hitting up?
Just a little bit of everything. Odyssey. I started playing the Atlantis DLC. Still an awesome game.
I was going to say, I think you started that a little while ago, right?
I finished the first set.
Okay.
It was like a 3-episode set. I can't remember what it's called. But this is the second one. They've got 2 episodes out. I think 3's on its way. Still good. I mean, it keeps... The more I play it, the more I enjoy it. And the higher it gets on that Game of the Year list for last year, wasn't it? Yeah, it was just so good. And and it's not bad DLC, and it's meaty. A lot of stuff to it.
Nice.
Excuse me. On a side note, I finally calibrated my HD TV, my QLED, and I hate myself for not doing it sooner. My goodness, it looks so much
It's
better.
the first thing we tell people. You gotta calibrate your TVs.
I thought I did. I was like, okay. I went to like the TV ratings. Their calibrations were garbage.
Yeah, you got to go to professional people.
Yeah. So
AVS forums, people. If you have a high-end TV, AVS forums.
It looks so much better. I really want to go back. I just started playing like old games.
Yeah.
I was like, damn it, I wish I would have that. But yeah, it looks awesome now. But and also Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, the remastered trilogy. I've never played them before. I've always been interested.
I've heard of them a million times. They look ridiculous.
Yeah, they're the dumbest, funnest little game. I mean, they're just little text-based, searching around, trying to find clues. Stuff. It's actually pretty fun. I got it for the Switch. It was on sale. I was like, you know what? I'll try it out, see what happens. And you know what? I'm gonna enjoy it. Just playing with the Switch. So.
All right, Bert, what you been up to? I know you've been rather busy this week with other things, but you've been playing anything?
Not really, unfortunately. Funny enough, I tried to play pub with you guys last night at my old place, and I wasn't able to connect. So I really haven't played much of anything on my downtime when I'm not in the middle of moving. I've been watching Stranger Things, so I can talk about that. It's been great so far. Season 2 was rather poor in my opinion. Season 3's been good so far. So that's about all I've had a chance to do and watch. My body hurts. I don't want to move anymore. Hopefully I'll game tonight. Yeah.
Funny enough, we're talking about combat. I just realized, like, literally right next to my head is the steelbook for MK11.
Whoa.
Yeah, Stranger Things, I'm actually up to episode... We've got 2 left. We're watching it with my son, and we've watched 6 episodes. We have 7 and 8. We'll probably watch one later tonight. So,
Nice.
Me, I finished Breath of the Wild. I don't think I talked about beating it last week when we recorded, right? Maybe I did. I can't honestly remember. But anyway, beat that, and so happy to have that behind me now. And now I've moved on to an even one of the deepest games I've played in a very long time is Original Sin 2. This is a game that is a hardcore Western RPG. Very, very detailed. Lots of stats and items and dialogue and character development. And if you like that type of game, if you're a Baldur's Gate fan and, just those old school Western RPGs, this is right up your alley. But I'm actually really enjoying it so far. As I think we talked about last week, it took me literally about 4 or 5 hours of play to even know what the controls were doing, because you're using just so many things on a controller. But now I've kind of gotten used to it. Combat is very deep and challenging, but I'm liking it. So I'm trying to make sure I stick with it, because if you go away from this game for any period of time, I'm going to forget everything.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I mean, I started at that one time, and then I came back to it. I was like, crap. I have to start all over again because I have no idea what's happening. But yeah, you've got to. And even when you talked about it last week, I popped it back on. I was like, all right, let's see. And it's only been a few weeks. And I was like, damn, I'm lost again.
Yeah.
So you got to have to, and it just takes you a long time to kind of get back into what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
So, but it's still a great game, man.
How good's the story? Is the story as good as the depth of the game, or?
So, I mean, I'm super early.
Same.
But it's so far the writing and just the voiceovers and stuff are excellent.
Yeah.
Absolutely excellent.
Yeah. It's super good.
Cool.
Yeah. It's, it was one of the highest rated games of the year when it came out originally, so it's really no surprise. But I love it so far. Anyway.
Cool.
Just got to find time. All right. So we've got one quick review for you today. This review is already on the site. It's Blood and Truth, which is a new PSVR title, and you gave it an 8, silver medal on our kind of chart, and you generally had pretty good things to say about it, except for I think the one thing you said is the story is really, really cheesy.
Yeah.
And it's a rather short experience, 3 to 4 hours maybe for a playthrough. Does that sound right?
Yeah, I mean, you could probably extend it out a little bit. I mean, and you can go back and play it because there's a lot of, collectibles that you can easily mix or miss. But it's that VR game that I've kind of been waiting for. That puts you in basically what it is. You're like a spy that's kind of retired. You get pulled back in with some stuff from your family happening. And it's basically you're basically playing like a badass, like a John Wick kind of person.
Nice.
It works with the move controllers, I think, only.
I was going to say it requires them.
Yeah,
right?
you have to have those. It's pretty. I want to say the mechanics work really, really well, but there are some little glitchy spots that you're going to expect with some VR. The reloading, you basically have your 2 guns if you want to, or 1 gun. You'll have to reach for your chest and then actually put the clip in.
Oh, jeez.
Which, and which is nice, because it kind of gets it that little more realistic. But if you got 2 guns, you're literally grabbing one, putting it over here, grabbing the other, putting it over here like that.
Oh, boy.
It's fun, but some guns work better than others. I ended up using basically 2 or 3 during the entire thing. Pump action shotgun, as soon as you see it, throw it away. You'll never need it. Actually, both shotguns, because the other one's a dual barrel, sawed off. You never want to use that because it only has 2 shots. Not worth your time. But anyway, you play through it. You play through the stories. Maybe 4 or 5 hours. Maybe a little bit longer. It's your typical. If you wanted to watch like a 4 to 5 hour or 8 episode Netflix series about a British spy and some that's basically what you do. But it's super fun. That's the best part for me.
It's just fun to play.
Fun to play.
Okay.
And the motion moving in between places, that was another thing that I always get worried about. Having played like Borderlands 2 VR, I got really sick. This one, it just you go point to point and just into cover, out of cover. And then there's other parts where it's actually on rails where you're just completely moving forward and you're just using, I probably look like a moron, but I'm just like throwing, hey, no, running down a hallway, jumping out of a window, having to grab something to hold on to, and it's they did a really, really good job with it. I really would like a sequel to it.
Okay.
You know, maybe a little bit longer, but otherwise, great game.
Excellent.
Cool.
Bert, you got anything for Dan on Blood and Truth?
No, sounds good. Game sounds really good.
Yeah, I want to play it. I may have to borrow your Move controllers because I don't have any.
Go for it. I got 4.
Maybe I'll just buy a set off you. I haven't hooked up my PSVR in a while. I still haven't played the Psychonauts, Rhombus of Ruin, you know that one, and I want to finish Astrobot as well, so I need to get back to it. But okay, cool. Any questions for Dan? You leave them in comments or check out his review on the site. But for now, we are going to move on to Name That Game, and this week I am actually not only hosting this episode, but hosting Name That Game. So bear with me 1 second. I have to move my laptop so Dan cannot see.
I'm going to turn this way. Excuse me.
Make sure nothing came unplugged here. That's all we need.
Yep.
All right. You guys are ready.
Yep, you're
Yes.
first, Bert.
Okay, you guys will
Alright.
definitely get this. Like I always say, I am not nearly as ridiculous as you guys are.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But, all right. We're going to start with high-level clues here. So, first clue.
Sonic.
This was originally an arcade title in 2000.
Oh. Damn, man. That is new for arcade.
For what we normally talk about, yeah.
Yeah. No idea. Aliens. Something. Shooting game.
Wait,
I
are
was
you
trying to
talking about
think
Xbox Live Arcade or like at the actual arcades?
No, actual arcade.
At the actual, okay, yeah, that makes more sense then. Yeah, no, the Aliens game, which did not come to anywhere else. So
Nope.
hopefully that was it. Nope, I was wrong.
Bert?
It was an arcade in 2000, is that correct, you
I
said?
know it,
Yes.
Street
man.
Fighter
Arcade
First
in,
Strike.
Like the 80s.
No. Good guess, though. Okay. It is the 6th game in this IP or series.
Hey, why did I go first?
I don't know. You said Bert's going
I
first,
know.
and then you just started guessing.
I
So
started
we just
guessing,
went
I
with
should
it.
let him go then. Damn it, Bert, it's my fault.
Bert, it's on you, though. 6th game in the series.
Dance Dance Revolution 6 Mix.
Nice.
Is that actually the title of one?
Yeah, they have tons of
It
mixes.
should be.
yeah.
Well, I know they have tons of them, but 6 Mix sounds hilarious.
6th,
No, that is not it.
Jesus.
2000. In the arcade.
This is like a
and
well-known
6th
arcade game, right?
Oh,
Something like...
trust me, you guys will get this. I'm not trying to trick you.
Fast and the Furious 6. No.
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 I tried.
All right. We'll start to open it up a bit here. So the game was ported to the PlayStation 2 in 2001 and later to the Xbox, GameCube, and even Game Boy Advance in 2002.
Jeez, man. I guess it's on me because I'm an idiot. I'm just going back to this arcade thing. 6. Man. Skee Ball 7.
You
I got
killing me.
nothing. I got nothing. If I got nothing, I'm just going to throw something out there.
What year was it ported again? You said 2006?
No. Arcade in 2000. It was
Uh-huh.
ported originally to the PS2 in 2001 and later to the Xbox, GameCube, and Game Boy Advance in 2002.
Wow.
Oh, that would have made a difference.
I was gonna say House of the Dead, but it came out a lot before that, so that's all I have.
Yeah, not House of the Dead. Good game, though. Remember Typing of the Dead? That was cool.
Yeah, that was funny. I thought Dreamcast.
Yeah. All right, where are we here? It featured many fantasy elements, including magic, minotaurs, unicorns, and more.
Jeez.
I played a lot of arcade at this time. How am I missing this one? Magic the Gathering. Dun, dun, dun.
No.
Nah, I got nothing.
Say that last one again.
It features many fantasy elements, such as magic, minotaurs, unicorns, and more.
Gauntlet Legends.
No.
Yeah.
Gauntlet Legend.
Where am
I mean,
I?
I don't know, man. I'm throwing stuff out there.
There are 8 character classes in the game that could be leveled to level 99.
This is gonna be some
Wow.
obscure game that I never played.
No, trust me. The questions had to be a little harder because it's you'll get it as soon as I say a couple things.
Yeah, that's the problem. Oh, that was a good guess.
That was a good game.
Yeah. It sounds even better now that you said that. 6 part of the series, 8 different classes. I want to go back to Draftcade right now. Maybe it's over there.
Oh, I'm trying to think if it's there. Let me think.
I could. Damn, that'd be a freebie for me.
Yeah, it'd be a freebie for you. I can't say whether it is or not.
Ninja Turtles.
Nope.
Turtles in Time.
Great game though.
Yeah, it's great. Yep.
Jeez, I got nothing here. Man, it must not be at the arcades I played at. I have no idea. I'm gonna have to skip. I don't even have a guess here.
Okay.
Simpsons Running Loose or whatever that game was.
Hit and Run.
Hit and Run was the
Hit-
home
Hit
one.
and Run.
Simpsons arcade game was amazing.
That was
I actually
amazing.
have that on my modded Xbox over there.
That is actually at Draftcade.
That one is, yeah.
Mhm.
All right. It is. You guys will get there. It is an action role playing game that had 4-player co-op.
Hold on.
I mean, we're in the wheelhouse, man.
You are.
I was trying to think. Unicorn.
Ghouls and Ghosts.
Nope.
It's probably some pinball machine. Okay, hold on, that's not my guess.
Yeah,
It'd be funny, actually.
Yeah.
A
Maybe just do
pinball
next
machine's
time.
not considered an arcade, right?
No, it's not.
No. 2000. Magic stuff. It was on the PS2 in 2002. That's like super
That's something
late.
about unicorns.
Yeah, unicorns, magic, and minotaurs. That's the one that's throwing me off, I think. Damn it. Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends.
Remember that Spider-Man game we played at Draftcade?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, that's good. I'm just trying to throw one out there.
No.
All right, damn it.
All right.
Zach's on.
Zach's on. What question? I'm jumping around in my questions, so bear with me here.
You said something about an action RPG last time, didn't you?
Yep, with 4-player co-op. That was one of the hints.
Yeah.
And then players had a turbo gauge where they could perform stronger attacks. And 2 players could perform a combination turbo attack together that could kill many enemies at once.
I don't remember any of this, man.
I'm running out of questions before
I know.
I've got 2 questions that will absolutely give it away.
What's your guess, Dan?
I know. It sucks.
The next one will super narrow it down.
Marvel versus Capcom 2. I don't know. 1. I don't know.
You got anything yet, Bert?
How about Power Stone?
No, but great game. That's the game that Dan didn't know. Remember that?
Oh yeah, that's right. Dang it.
All
Well,
right,
I'm
here we
gonna
go, here we
throw
go.
a bonus guess. It's Pit Fighter. Definitely.
Oh,
Pit
that's
Fighter.
another classic. Have you seen that game lately in the past couple of years?
What game?
Yes,
Pit
it's horrible.
Fighter.
No.
Oh God, it was a fighting game, arena fighting game, but it actually, like Mortal Kombat 1, used real
Oh,
images. So when you play it now, it's so terrible. I can't even explain how bad it is.
Beautiful.
Okay, here we go. The developer and publisher for the game was Midway.
Shit.
Jesus. Is it my guess? It's my guess, right?
Yeah.
Your guess, yes.
Um,
Think about all the clues here.
well, I've been thinking.
I'm stuck, man.
Alright. Well, I have one. My last hint will absolutely give it away, so I'm just saving that one. I want to
That
make sure
Mortal
you guys understand
Kombat, that Mortal
Yeah,
Kombat
that's the-
story mode one.
Oh yeah, those weren't in the arcade though. I know what you mean.
I don't.
It was what, Mythologies or something?
Yeah, that's my guess. I don't have anything.
Okay. I thought you guys would have been. Well, I'm gonna laugh when you get it because this will be funny in a second.
Midway.
Wait a
Yeah,
minute.
so
I
I mean,
think
the only one I really know that pops in my head is Mortal Kombat. Didn't they do
I don't.
Midway did
Oh,
those?
dang it. Okay, I have a guess, but I don't think I know it.
Midway. Killer Instinct 2.
Ultra
Oh,
Combo.
yeah.
No.
No, I don't.
All
have a
right,
guess.
so
I'll take
so
it.
I have two statements left, hints left, but one of them is absolutely not going to help you. So I'm
that
just
one
going to
first.
skip it.
Do that one first.
Do that one for okay, fine. A tie-in book was released in 2004, which had the name of the game followed by Paths of Evil. See, told you that one wouldn't give it to you.
I don't know. Robo Cop 2.
Oh, God.
I got nothing. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. Gosh, this one should be super easy.
Well,
It's
you're
not.
gonna laugh. I'm telling you.
I'm sure I will. Go ahead.
All right, Bert. Do you have a guess before I give you this last hint?
I did have a guess, but I don't anymore after that.
Okay,
clue
well, here
came
you
out, So I have no idea.
All
what
right,
it
this
is.
I'm gonna hand it to you guys.
No, hold on.
Yeah.
Note that you're handing it to us right now. Whose turn should it be if he didn't make a stupid ass mistake? This guy.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
That's true.
So-
You basically handed this to Bert.
I've handed this to Bert.
All right.
Silver platter. Damn it.
So when characters get weak, the announcer will let you know, and you will have to search out either food or potions.
That's the clue.
That's the clue that's supposed to.
Oh
What?
my God.
Dude, all right, listeners, if they don't
Hold on,
get this, you need to write in and tell them how dumb they are, because that
No,
is
hold
the
on.
biggest clue in the history of gaming.
Hold on.
Let me see.
Say that one
When
more time.
they get hurt, they have
When
to.
characters get weak, the announcer will let you know it, and you have to search out food or potions.
Super Smash TV. I got nothing. No.
That was a good guess.
That was an awesome
know.
game.
So,
I can't believe I thought this would be so easy that I like.
listen, okay, so an arcade game that
It's
came out
hard,
in 2000, right?
It's different when you're on the other
Right.
side. I know.
Yeah, I was 25 years old. The arcade anywhere near me is gone. I had no arcades near me at 2000.
You know this. I promise you.
I know,
you
I'm
this.
sure I do. Let's see here. Okay, let me put everything together.
Think about the last clue I just said
Say it
again.
one more time. This is it.
When you get weak, the announcer lets you know you need to search out food or potions.
Yeah, I know I'll know it as soon as you say it, but so does everybody else. I don't remember an announcer in the game. I mean, Super Smash TV was a pretty good guess. So,
I love Smash TV, by the way. That was one of
Yeah.
my favorite games.
Yep.
it's just too late in the arcade cycle. I need to go back to Zaxxon and Centipede.
I can't
Anyway.
give. I could actually help Dan now, Bert, but I won't. I'll wait till he's done.
Let's just say Mortal Kombat Smash TV.
I'm
The arcade.
All right. So you they didn't get it. I'm really surprised because you damn near said it.
Did I really? The Gauntlet?
It's Gauntlet, but it's
Yeah.
not Legends.
Yeah, I
It's
should've
Gauntlet
said-
Dark Legacy.
See, I was in the
Oh,
wheelhouse.
I never even.
How could you
never
not
played
know
that
when a
game.
character get weak that you got to search food? Blue warrior needs help
Yeah,
badly.
I
That's
never
like one of the
played
most
it.
famous phrases in
Let
gaming.
me tell you how many Gauntlets I've actually played. One, and it wasn't that
I
one.
never.
And it wasn't
I
even
never
at the
played
arcade.
or saw that game. So sorry.
In
You guys are killing me.
2000.
I need comments, guys. You got to tell them. You got to tell
Never
them.
played
You got
or
Zaxxon.
saw that game.
Zaxxon.
How can you not know Gauntlet?
I did
Gauntlet.
say Gauntlet. We
You
gotta
said it.
we
That's
gotta-
why you
yeah.
you threw out Gauntlet Legends, and I laughed because Dark Legacy's the sequel. It's the next game.
Right, but I didn't play the sequel.
I know. I'm just
That was
saying. You
25.
were right there.
Ah, damn it.
Yeah, you were
Well,
right there.
I'm gonna take a
I
halfer
was so close.
on that one. So
You guys are killing me.
that was
I
close.
thought that was
Alright.
going to be freaking simple.
All Bert's fault.
All right, never mind. All right, so
Meteos 3 coming out next time. Meteos 3.
Well, someone's going to write in and tell you guys you're clueless.
More than likely.
I promise you.
Yes.
I'll make an account and do it if I have to.
Yep.
All right.
We know what's happening.
Those clues that were given were clueless.
Damn it.
Blue Warrior needs health badly. If you don't know what game that is, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know if you've gamed before.
Yep. Well,
Anyway.
I've lost Bert.
Yeah, we've lost it.
It's okay. Just keep going.
Okay. All right. So we're going to close out, guys, after that atrocious name, that game. So keep an eye out. Backseat Gaming is back. We're starting Bloodstained. Episode 1 is up. Episode 2 will be up shortly after you're listening to this. We had a little conflict in time last week, so we couldn't get it out on the normal schedule with Bert moving and some other things. Dan not feeling too well. But it's running, and look for that soon. I also put up a preview of Biomutant. I know you probably haven't heard of that game in a while, but we got to play it at E3. Our video capture of it has gotten a lot of interest, and so I figured it would be a good time to just kind of, bring back up some of the information on that game and some of the new things we learned while playing. So you can check that out on the site. Guys, anything else that you would like to note before we head out?
Gauntlet.
Negative.
Dark Legacies.
Great game. One of my favorites on the original Xbox. It's fantastic, by the way. That's the best port. So I'll let you borrow it. I have it right over there. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. As always, Bitcast 64 for Ains, Dan, and Bert. We will see you next week.